All right, Concho Valley, we got to talk about some of this weather that's making its way into our area. This morning, we saw that cloud cover stick around a little longer than we anticipated, seeing those humid conditions this morning. Then as those clouds really didn't clear out, seeing those temperatures push up into the triple digit. And that's what we're looking at right now across the board. Everyone hanging out in the 100-degree plus range right now. So we're triggering off those excessive heat warnings, giving you an idea of how strong this heat dome is. But then when we're looking at how dry it is, as well as some of the moisture that's making it into our air, we're starting to understand how dynamic this system is. We're the upper level pattern going to show you. I want you to keep your eye right over Nevada as we continue to watch this system over the Michigan region deepen in that trough. Look at that high pressure start to develop, an area of higher pressure. Now, when we're talking about the winds associated with that, they're coming from the northwest. Now, watch how it wraps around. That's going to pull that moisture in that troughing area down across the panhandle and potentially into our area. Right now, we're seeing weak indications of this, but as we continue to make our way through the rest of the week, watch how another ridging builds right there, right over Idaho, Montana, with another low pressure right behind it off the west coast of Washington, bringing more moisture as that high pressure will slowly build in over Texas, where they're seeing 115 degrees from that high pressure right in Phoenix, Arizona, parts of Nevada. That heat could make its way into our region before we were talking about a more wet July, where we could potentially see a lot of rain push its way into our area. We're going to watch a lot of moisture, warm moisture, build in from the south, right over from the Gulf and the Gulf of California, where we're seeing a lot more moisture concentrated along the southern coast, around the Gulf Coast area, where we're still seeing a lot of moisture still retaining around the panhandle of Texas. So when we talk about the front tracker, we could see storms as early as tomorrow night, where we'll see that first wave come through with some of the cloud cover we have been seeing, but increasing as we make our way towards the weekend, where we were talking about that pattern. You'll see a long, strong storm pull into that region, again pushing those clouds south of us, where right now models are saying that some of this rain could make its way to the panhandle. My idea is that it could push even further down to the south of it. Right now, the severe storm tracker is showing you that how it's staying very vertical because of that high pressure, that ridging, keeping it really along the Rocky Mountain forefront. And you can see all these storm warnings really being prompted, even some severe storm watches. We're even looking at the panhandle, where it is starting to pop up along the Oklahoma-Texas border. But I'm keeping my eye right here on this moisture, as it could make its way down the Edwards Plateau and into our region. As we're talking about that frontal system that can develop from here, push it down overnight. We're talking about combined effects of temperatures and mountain breezes. So we're keeping our eye on these storms as they could develop. Right now, just a few clouds, and those temperatures across the board right now hanging out in those triple digits. Again, real hot there in Sterling City, but we could see them drop about 20 degrees as those storms push into our area. Very dry dew points, dry humidity, but could jump up overnight. Futurecast is going to show you how it's going to push into our region slowly overnight, and then again we're going to see it clear out as we start to make our way through the evening. So tonight, dropping down into those upper 70s as those clouds push through, and then again into those triple digits, and that'll take us into the weekend, where we're going to continue to see those highs really stay into those triple digits and those lows sitting above in those upper 70s. We'll take a closer look at some of this weather later. You're watching KSAN News at 5.